Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations coming at you today with another video on Cookie Run Kingdom. In today's video, we're going to be diving in to the individual landmarks. That's right, I'm going to be giving you guys a sort of tier list setup, just kind of like what we did with the epic cookies. We're going to be breaking down exactly what landmarks you should buy at what stage of the game and which ones are definitely worth your investment. So without further ado, let's dive right in. If you haven't done so already, please consider smashing that red subscribe button and hitting that notification bell so you get a notification every time we drop a video. Man, we are closing in on our 5,000 subscriber goal by April 24th, our official 1-year anniversary on YouTube. So without further ado, let's dive into the landmarks. The first landmark we've got up for you guys is going to be the Ticktock clock tower. If you don't already know, this landmark is an absolute must for every single player starting out on day one, man. I cannot stress that enough. This one is going to be a necessity because it directly reduces the amount of time it takes your buildings, any building across your kingdom, the time it takes to produce items. Now, the reason why that's going to be very valuable is going to be because the faster you can produce items in this game, the faster you then can complete orders. Things from the Tree of Wishes, things from your trains, and if you don't already know, especially the Tree of Wishes, man, the faster that you can complete orders, the faster you can grind out gold. And if you don't already know, gold in this game is very, very important. You need gold everywhere. So as soon as you can start farming out those wishes, and as soon as you can start fulfilling all of those orders to gain as much gold as possible, the sooner you can gain gold, the sooner you can use that gold across the board in the game. So you want to make sure that you are definitely getting this one as soon as possible. Not to mention, like I said, just for the ability to produce items faster will allow you to then inevitably fulfill other things like your train. Again, you know, the train does take quite a bit of time. I think the rewards are fantastic though, so you want to make sure that you keep that train rolling at all times, and just being able to craft faster or items faster will allow you to complete those trains faster. So you want to make sure that you are definitely picking up a Ticktock clock right away, and the game should be everybody's first landmark buy. Moving right along to the next landmark that I definitely think that any player in the game should be picking up. Now, you could argue with me, maybe you disagree. If so, drop your comment down below. I would love to hear from you, but I definitely think the next one that's very, very important, just from everything that I have learned from playing the game thus this far, is going to be the Grand Dessert Tower. If you don't already know, in this game, you're going to hit a experience wall where you don't have enough experience jellies. We've covered this in like 3 of our past videos, but you're going to run into a wall where you don't have enough experience jellies. And well, this one here is going to directly increase the amount of time that your cookie houses will create and recharge experience jellies. So again, I understand that it does cost 3,000 gems. I know that as a free-to-play player, it makes you super, super nervous to spend those gems on anything else but summons to summon specific cookies, but I highly recommend that once you get 3,000 gems, and hey, let's be honest, the developers give out a lot of gems on compensation, so take advantage of some of that compensation, use some of those 3,000 gems, and buy this bad boy as soon as possible, because I promise you, you will not regret it, man. The faster you can get your cookie houses leveled up to produce more experience jellies, and the faster they are producing jellies utilizing the dessert tower, you're going to absolutely be happy that you did this later on when you start hitting that experience wall. So again, 100%, this should be the next one that every single player picks up as soon as possible. Now, moving into the next section of landmarks, and that's going to be, in my opinion, the next most important that you guys should be buying, and that is going to be the specific stat percentage increase buffs, or whatever you want to call them, landmarks. So the first one up that we got is going to be the Lion one. The Lion one gives you additional 5% attack. Now, this is absolutely really, really good, especially for players that are diving into the PvP. If you're trying to rank in the PvP, once you get up to certain levels, it's very, very challenging to go up against other team compositions, and including the ones that are the exact same composition. Well, this is going to be where landmarks actually really, really shine. The specific stat ones really, really shine. Because if you have your landmark leveled up, for instance, and it is 7% attack increase versus 5% attack increase than the other person that you're going against, then you will obviously win that fight. So again, definitely don't sleep on the specific stat bonuses, and just having more stats in general is going to only benefit you in the long run. So that's going to be the lion statue. Then another one that's going to be really good to mention in that same realm is going to be the Dark Lord's Castle. Don't freak out. I know the Dark Lord's Castle does cost 5,000 gems. Again, buy it when when you can, don't stress it out. But nevertheless, buying this one again is going to benefit you significantly because it's going to give you an additional 5% damage resistance. So when you start getting into some of those harder boss stages, or you're running things like the guild boss and you are running something like Dark Choco, and when you can get off that defensive break skill faster, and you're going to be able to get it off more often because adding more damage resistance to him will allow him to live and survive longer, is only going to aid in increasing your score. So you absolutely want to be picking this one up as soon as you can as well. Another one in this same realm of stat percentages is going to be things like the Snow Globe, which is going to give you an additional 5% defense at level 1. The Flower Garden, which is going to give you an additional 5% increase on HP at level 1, and then also your Eerie Haunted House, which instead of being 5% for whatever reason, it's only 3%, but it's going to directly increase the crit chance for all of your cookies. Again, very, very good. All of these landmarks are what I would consider or classify this section as buy as soon as you can, okay? So meaning like as soon as you can buy those, after you have bought the Ticktock clock, after you have bought the Dessert Tower, and you're ready to start buying some additional ones, I highly recommend you buy from this section, and especially probably the Lion one would be the next one, just because you want to make sure that you can increase your stats as soon as possible to help you out in clearing stages in the campaign mode and also in PvP, because you should be doing PvP at least once a day for your dailies. Now moving on to the next section of landmarks that we're going to be covering, and this section in my opinion is going to be more focused on you know, buy when you can, okay? I mean, it's going to be one of those things, buy when you can. If you can't afford them now, no big deal. They're not going to make or break your progression in my opinion, and I definitely don't think that they're worth investing in at all at the beginning of the game. They're more something that as you start to progress and hoard up a lot of resources, maybe you've made it through a couple maintenance things and they gave you a lot of compensation, whatever it is, I think the rest of these landmarks are going to be fitting in that realm or in that section. Just buy them when you see fit. When you want those items, buy them, because inevitably this game is partly a collector's game and you're going to want to collect them all anyways. So some of these items in this list are going to be things like the Zeppelin, right? The Zeppelin is going to directly reduce the amount of time that it takes for your balloon expeditions. Now, the balloon expeditions do sometimes produce, you know, an epic topping, but I don't think it's producing anything significant enough in order for a person to get in here and buy the Zeppelin day one in the game. I definitely think that it's something that, yeah, sure, it aids because it does reduce the time it takes for your balloon expeditions, but I don't think it should be top priority, or at least in my opinion. Another one that fits that same realm is going to be the Star Candy Observatory. A lot of players dive into the game for the very first time and think, oh my gosh, I'm so short on gold, I don't have any gold, I need to buy the observatory as soon as possible by spending 200,000 gold. I definitely think that this is a mistake. I think that obviously, you know, you see this and you do start to hit a gold wall because you're not really sure exactly where to get gold in the game, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be from the observatory, okay? The best place to get gold in this game is through those Tree of Wishes and completing those orders. So therefore, buying the other landmarks and saving this one for a completely another time later on, like I said, when you're trying to complete your collection, then I would buy something like this just to aid in giving you additional resources. But I definitely don't think it's number one, or even should even be on number one of this section probably. Another one that's from the same list is going to be something like the Ferris Wheel. Now, some players might argue with me and they might say, well, you know, for 4,000 gems, you know, you can end up buying the Ferris Wheel and potentially get a, you know, epic soul stone. Yeah, you're right, you can. However, it's very deceiving because you spend 4,000 gems, right, in-game currency in order to buy this Ferris Wheel, but then guess what? It has a chance, only a chance, a small percentage to give you a rare, common, epic soul stone, okay? So in order for you to get an epic soul stone, it's going to take days, and those days, you're going to be sitting on 4,000 gems that you just bought a Ferris Wheel, and I don't think that a soul stone, in my opinion, is worth 4,000 gems, even one epic one. So something like this, I think, is going to pay off a lot more in the long run, okay? So obviously, the longer you own the Ferris Wheel, the more epic soul stones that you collect from it, the more it's going to seem of value because you're going to inevitably collect more epics. But I just definitely don't think it should be anything that you should be worried about investing in right now specifically. And then that also goes for the gumball machine, man. Again, same exact thing. The gumball machine and the Ferris Wheel go hand in hand. They both have the percentage chance to produce a epic soul stone along with the commons and rares, which you would inevitably get way more of. So again, in my opinion, I don't think that those two are anything crazy. And last but not least, the new one that just came out for the guild, I think that if you have a really active guild and you guys are trying to level it up as fast as possible, I think somebody investing in this is a good option, but I definitely don't think it should be the top priority for most players unless, if like I said, you are trying to climb that 1% or top tier in the guild realm. I definitely don't think it's something that you are going to be worried about because it's just a tiniest bit of experience that it regenerates. So again, not the end of the world, and plus experience doesn't do anything but level up your guild. It doesn't benefit the player directly. So that's going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any other questions or anything about the specific landmarks, drop them down below in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. Also, we do have a Discord. The link is provided down below in the description. We would love to have you over there. We've got a lot of players from Cookie Run Kingdom as well to talk and hang out with and potentially help you out. So that's going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notification every time we drop a video, and I will see you guys in the next one.